Voila, bon dia mundo. Bells are ringing. Rain is falling. Forecast says it's going to be like this all day today. We've already had our breakfast, but we're still in our pyjamas. It's going to be an at-home work day, like what we do on a rainy day in Portugal. Story is busy. Whoa, good girl.
Yeah! 7 tower from Story.
That's amazing. Look at that, she knew that that one was... Good girl.
Good girl.
She's really gentle with the stacking, isn't she? Good girl. Uh-oh. Story's listening to Bob Marley for the babies today. Let's see if Story wants some of these blueberries we got from the farmer's market yesterday. Want some blueberries?
Blueberries. Whoa.
Look at that. You can't have the whole lot.
Why not, Dad?
Uh-oh, and I don't lose them. They're really nice.
We're not going to lose them, Dad.
You can eat all those? Was that the portion that you require? This many? 2 baby handfuls. Dancing to a bit of Bob.
Right, we are all ready for the day now. I'm dressed and Story and I are out in the kitchen now and we're here to do a couple of things. We're going to make a coffee for Mummy and Daddy, and also Story and I are going to make some vegan chocolate chip muffins. There is still a little bit of rain in the air and it is still rather gloomy and grey out here. So I thought baking some muffins with Story would be a nice activity. Alright, 2 espressos are made. Looks good. And I'm going to attempt to make some muffins with Story now. This is what's going in it. So I've set out all the ingredients. We've got some natural non-dairy yogurt. We've got some oat flour, coconut sugar, a teaspoon of baking powder, pinch of salt, and then for the chocolate chips, I have just chopped up 2 squares of 70% dark chocolate. And this is a soy yogurt, and then this is our little muffin tin.
Okay, Story.
Put the sugar in the yogurt, and now mix. Now we'll do mix.
Mix.
Yay! Whee! That's it. It will be a bit like that. Right, we're filling up the muffin tray. Okay, there we have. Rather messily put in, but they're in. Story has actually just gone down for her nap. So the muffins take half an hour in the oven. So by the time they're done and they're cooled down, Story will be up and she'll be able to enjoy a nice muffin with us.
There's been a brief break in the rain and Sasha's just tending the little herb garden now. How's it looking out there?
Good.
Even though it's been raining though, some of the pots didn't get watered, did they?
No, the basils were dry, so I just put one of the flower pots had collected all the rainwater. So I've just been putting that into the basil. And we've got a little strawberry growing here.
We should probably eat that though, because as soon as they go red, they seem to go off.
Yeah.
And we don't know much about planting, do we? But this is probably the most success we've had with things growing on our balcony in the years we've been here.
Yeah. This plant though, Joe's mum bought this last summer when she visited us, and it's the only one that survived, and it's now got a little flower on it.
Oh yeah, Mum will
That's
like
nice,
that.
Yeah.
So in case this is the first video of ours you've ever seen, we live in Central Portugal. It's now the beginning of July and the weather should be a lot nicer than this. Last year I remember it was so hot at this time that all of our plants had died. So I think if anything, that is the bonus of having so much rain right now. All of our vegetables are surviving without much care from us. How's the bean growth?
Yeah, they've grown up really fast. I was surprised at how quick these shot up, really.
Yeah.
Some of them have, like all of these have grown, and some of these, they're a bit smaller, and A couple of the beans haven't sprouted yet.
Need some love.
Yeah.
Most of the people that live in these central Portuguese villages have patches of land around about this size, and they're very good at growing their own crops. They must find it very frustrating when they see all of our plants just dying away on the top of this balcony.
Yeah.
With no clue how to keep things alive. But we are learning this year because I know I've just got more of an interest. Every year I feel more interested in this.
Yeah. We do actually have a separate patch of land with this house, but as Jay said, if this is your first video of ours that you're seeing, we rent this house, so it's not ours, and we haven't done anything with the extra patch of land, so it's just overgrown. And we do have a gardener that comes to tend our garden, and when we first moved here he did clear that bit of land for us, but since then we've just left it.
Well, we don't have any of our own tools either,
Yeah, that's
so
true.
once he's gone, that's it. The land can't be cared for.
Yeah.
So we would have to go out and buy a load of stuff, and we weren't sure if we were going to stay here at the time. So there's a few reasons and a few excuses we can use, but we are definitely interested in it now.
As we were just talking about it, I will take you and show you the other bit of land that is part of this house. While I'm down here, let's have a look at the temperature. It's not looking too good really. It's 17, 18 degrees, so not great, and it's all rather soggy. One thing I really love about this garden is the huge lavender bush that we've got. I love how many bees it attracts, and it just smells really gorgeous at the moment. It is in full bloom and it is just so fragrant. I definitely want to keep having lavender in the garden when we eventually have our own place. That is one thing I will want. We've also got another little bit of lavender over here in the other flower bed, and also some rosemary. And we've got a big olive tree as well at the end of the garden, which actually gets full of olives when they're in season. Okay, so just out the garden here, this is our other bit of land, and it currently looks like a bit of a jungle. It is quite a big space though. It goes from that tree line there and then all the way around to the road, and basically to that olive tree there as well. That one is part of the house as well. As you can see, it is a massive space, and we unfortunately right now just don't have the knowledge to know what to do with it really. But as Jay was saying, it is something that in the future we really would like to get into more, and being more sustainable and growing our own crops and knowing when to plant and things like that. Right now we are just going to concentrate on trying to keep a bit of basil and mint alive and continue growing our fresh homemade sprouts. Take it from there. And also, because it is a rental property, we haven't really wanted to put too much effort into the house or start a big project like that and start growing lots of crops in the land. Whereas if it was our own property and we were staying and we were set up and everything, then it would be different. I think we'd feel a bit different about doing things like that. Heading back in now, and look at that rain cloud up there. It's got really dark all of a sudden, really grey. So this morning we had smoothies for our breakfast. We had banana and spinach smoothies that Jay made this morning, and we're both getting a little bit hungry now, so we're going to make a green juice.
Done.
This is the bunch of spinach that we bought yesterday at the community market, so we're going to use that up.
I need to wash it, it's got mud on it.
Organic.
Yeah.
Or super fresh.
Yeah.
Green juices are done. I've just checked Story and she's still fast asleep. She's been asleep for about an hour and a half now, so she should be up anytime soon. But when she does wake up, she's got a green juice to have, and also the muffins are done. This is what they look like. They've been out of the oven for about 15 minutes now, so they are cooled down. This one looks pretty good, and this is quite a good muffin. This one's a little bit flat, but looking forward to having one of these. Alright, look at this. This looks a little bit more appetising, doesn't it? We are just taking a shot for Instagram and also a little behind the scenes snap for our patrons. And I will also put the recipe, I'll write it in the description box below.
Are you ready, Story? Whoa!
What's this? Is it your cakes you made?
Look what you made!
Oh, is that a nice sight to wake up to?
Oh, it smells good too. You want to eat them?
Look, what do you think? Oh,
Straight for the blueberry instead. And the rains are back again. Well, at least it's going to give us a lovely green summer. Alright, ready for a taste test, Story?
Wow.
Which one do you want?
You want that one?
That's okay. You can have one. Oh, she's pulling the table towards.
What one would you like? You choose one.
Go on, you sweet girl, take a bite.
That one. Okay, good choice.
What do you think? Have a little bite.
Bye-bye.
Is this for private biting only?
Bye-bye.
Does it smell good?
Oh, Mummy have one too?
Yeah, maybe she doesn't know it's food yet.
It does smell really good. It smells oaty, doesn't it? Should we have a bite? Ready? Cheers. Cake cheers.
So that's what the inside looks like. Got big blueberries burst in there, chocolate pieces. It's nice and good muffin texture, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And no animals were harmed in the making of these muffins.
They were not, no.
Completely vegan.
Happy with how they turned out.
Yeah. And I think it passed the baby story test.
Okay.
Well, she's still eating them.
It has stopped raining for a little bit. Actually, as I'm saying that, I can see a tiny little bit of rain in the air. But we are going to go for a walk with Eden, just a little bit to get out the house, so we're going to walk around the village. We are just putting Story's welly boots on. They were left in the car after our forest walk the other day.
Come on, tackle the step. Really?
Come on.
Go on, you. There we go. Story, look, I found a puddle. Splash splash.
Bye-bye.
There's a splash splash, go on. Is that fun? Yay! Big splash. It's begun. Alright. Let's see how many more puddles we can find. Look at that big splasher.
This is a big one.
Look, go get it. Go on, it's all yours.
Splash.
Is that fun? Splash, splash, splash. Hola. Proper old school. There's a lady doing her washing in the stream there. Picked a little flower for yourself. That's one thing I've mentioned before that I really like about Portugal, and it's really got that link to the old school, historical, traditional things that we just don't do in Europe anymore, like washing your clothes outdoor in a stream. You do see that still here. Look at those huge corns. Whoa, bigger than you, Story. Just looking at the darkness of that cloud, it doesn't look like it's going to be the end of the rain for today. That's going to hit us later. Whoa, look at those dark leafy greens, Story. Wow. We could use some of these in our smoothies, couldn't we? It's a beautiful shape, really. It's not a bath story. You just fell in a puddle. Now you got a wet bum. So that's pretty much a good example of how we spend our rainy days in Portugal, isn't it, Sash?
Yep, it is.
Yeah. First ever time splashing around in the puddles. So many cool things in there. We've just gone underneath the staircase.
So picturesque.
Guess what? That's yours.